There's a moment, right before obedience returns, where a man thinks he still has a choice. Alex found that moment last night. And for about 30 seconds, he forgot who leads us. That forgetting, that's where my authority gets tested. It wasn't dramatic. No shouting, no scene. That's the thing people misunderstand. Disobedience doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it shows up as hesitation. I had one rule, one of my wifey rules, made very clear and agreed upon. Rule number 4. When I give you direction in public or around others, you align first. Questions come later. We were out with coworkers, a casual setting, familiar faces. I gave Alex a simple instruction. Quiet, direct, the kind that keeps us smooth. And instead of immediate alignment, Alex paused. That pause? That was the challenge. I saw it in his eyes before Alex ever spoke. That flicker. That, I know what she said, but... He didn't argue, didn't push back, but he adjusted it, just slightly. And that's when I knew this wasn't about the task. It was about control. I didn't correct Alex there. Power doesn't rush. Power waits. We finished the night, polite, normal. Anyone watching would have thought everything was perfectly fine. But authority isn't loud, it's precise. Later, alone with Alex, we talked. Calm, not accusatory. Alex, you hesitated. Immediate regret in his tone. I thought I was helping. Helping isn't alignment, and you know the rule.
Yes, my love.
The room is still. Not cold, intentional. Here's where Alex expects punishment. Raised voice, cold distance, an emotional withdrawal. That's not how I correct. I asked him one question. What made you think you knew better in that moment? Silence stretches, long enough for hubby to be uncomfortable. I didn't move, didn't soften my tone, didn't fill the space for him. Because tension doesn't come from pressure, it comes from waiting. Alex said, he didn't think he knew better. He knows that's not true. My tone was not sharp, just exact, but that wasn't my question. I watched him shift slightly and his breath changes. There's always a tell.
I guess I thought if I adjusted it, it would still count as following you.
There it was, the crack. Not defiance, ego. Not disrespect, conditioning. I let the tension sit between us. Then I leaned in, not physically, mentally. So you decided interpretation was safer than obedience. Alex takes a step back. Alex said he didn't mean it that way, but intent doesn't outrank impact. And impact is where authority lives. Hubby was silent again. He nods once, small, instinctive. This is the moment most men panic. They rush to apologize, may over-explain. They try to earn relief. But Alex didn't. He stayed. And that's why this mattered. Alex said he felt it immediately, that split second after, like something shifted, like he stepped out of alignment with me. Alex's internal struggle was part of him. Wanted to prove he could still lead, even though he chose me to lead. Hubby said he hated that part of himself, because he felt the disconnect the second he did it. That admission lands heavier than any apology. And what happens when you step out of alignment? Hubby doesn't answer right away. He knows better than to guess. Alex finally said, "We slow down." Correct. That's the moment that matters, not the slip, the recovery. We stop pretending nothing happened. I wasn't correcting behavior anymore. I was recalibrating structure. Next time, Alex, and there will be a next time, you align first, even if your chest tightens, even if the old voice says, fix it. Because that voice, that's not leadership. I let the tension peak, not loud, but undeniable. That's fear dressed up as usefulness.
Yes, my love. I'm sorry for not obeying the rule. I realigned myself.
Good. Simple. Final. The lesson. Authority doesn't mean a man never resists. It means when resistance appears, he recognizes it and chooses alignment anyway. That was the consequence. Not a punishment, not distance. Just clarity. And clarity always hits harder. But here's the truth. That wasn't the last time the old programming tried to surface. Next time, the rule will be tested differently. And the consequence? A precise alignment.